So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. To the right side and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's complete. Lambert Smith. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, tight. Half 10. 5 wide. Look out.
Now Allen. That'll be complete to Sampson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
At the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Middle. Look out.
Now Allen. To the sideline and incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore.
Half 85. Sub. I got it. What's that?
Allen gonna throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Middle. What's that?
Now Allen again. Allen gonna run with it. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Ravens gonna use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. An audible here to get a new look.
Alert! Regular. Alert!
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Dylan Sampson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Liking 18. Hey, Trash. 60 back here. Warriors. Cut like 18. 5 here. Ready up.
They'll throw now on the final play. His throw incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Yards on the play. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. Oh, what a move. And out of bounds right around the 20. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a second and 2.
Half. 180. Half 10. What's that?
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there, laying himself out in the end zone. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
19 tight. 19 tight.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
A gain of 19
Hawk
yards.
70. Hawk 70.
First down, Voyagers.
79 Broncos. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure that was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Like shot 60, shot 60. 60 Maverick, 60, 19 Lions. Panther 11, Panther, Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw again. That one down the field for Strange. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
He'll try and throw for it here. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Middle. Very nice.
Allen now looks to throw. He's got it at the 15. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now a first carry here for the running back. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st down, Sampson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll swing this out to Sampson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On play action, Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And again, it's Allen. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Keandre Lambert-Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
42. Voyagers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. This ball caught by Strange. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown! Brenton Strange, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Voyagers are able to claw one back. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. 1918. Dash, go now. Ready?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Well, with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Come on. Set. Buffalo 18 card.
Back to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Panther 11. 19 Lions.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
18 Rattler. 19 tight. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
70. Warriors 70. 79 Broncos. Say, hey. 7 Pirates. Trap 60. 60 Bobcats.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
56.
Allen.
They'll get this into the hands of Sampson.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
5 wide.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Allen going to audible to a different look.
First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Trey Palmer, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Seven Pirates. Warriors 70. Cup 19. Cup 30.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Got it. Ready?
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, smash 19 target. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
14 on the play.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense is going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Elliott now to have the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Looking to put a drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 35.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. He'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Hawk 70. 79 Broncos. Mustang 19.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second and 10.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
First down, Tokyo.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Half 85, half 85. Double up.
Here's Allen. That'll be complete to Sampson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. So Allen's going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Half 85, half 85.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now inside the 25.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Coverage by Byron.
Well, you've certainly got to be on your toes defensively when you're facing Josh Allen. He can hit you from any angle. He's got arguably the strongest arm in the business, and he uncorks a deep one here. But that one falls incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete.
That's good for Baltimore. First down.